So hi everyone, it is Friday. The day has ended, work has ended, everything has ended, and I am starting my meal prep for the weekend. I normally don't meal prep, but what I'm calling this meal prep is this is Nigerian style meal prep. And to all my Nigerians, I want to say happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. Independence Day is on Monday and I'm happy about it, and I can't wait to show you all the Nigerian dishes that I'm gonna make. We're starting off with making fish stew, and I've already made fish stew before, so if you guys click on that link that pops up, you'll be able to see my recipe. I have the peppers and the onion mixtures. I'm going to start by blending that up, and then we will be boiling this mixture for a while. Just remove some of the liquid that is in there. So while the pepper is boiling, I'm going to soak my moi moi. So you know, moi moi is actually beans, bean cake, but we usually, because time is precious, I don't have time to be peeling beans, so what I do is I buy this one. This is pre-peeled. Let me see if I can show you the container. This is from Mimi. It's peeled beans, and they come in this sachet. It's a big bag. We're nearly out of it, and so I buy it and then I soak this in some water for about an hour, and then after that I can make my moi moi mixture. Yeah, that's my rice water for my hair soaking. I'm doing an experiment, but if you guys want to know about rice water rinses, you can click that card that just popped up. So now I have my 1 cup of peeled beans, so I'm just gonna soak it, and this is warm water, 4 cups of warm water, and I'll let this soak. Well, it's warm too hot. I'll let this soak for an hour, and then later on we'll come back and see what is going on with it. So I'm going to also make some efo, that's spinach stew, and I want to add some of this tilapia fish in it, and I also want to add a little bit of this tilapia fish into my moi moi mixture over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil that and get that prepped for the next meal that I'm going to be making. So while I am doing all that, in the meantime, I'm prepping the mixture for the moi moi. So I'm just peeling the habanero, peppers, and I'm going to use 2 onions. Normally you can use 1 if you want to, but I find out that when you use more onions in your moi moi, they taste very good. So we're going to use 2 onions and the red peppers or the habanero peppers, and blend that up. I'm gonna start making my efo, and this is just spinach that I'm using, and I have spinach here. I also have some egusi that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using 2 peppers and about 3 habaneros and 2 of this, and then I have some stockfish that I've already cooked a while ago, so that's ready to be put in there. The spices that I'll be using are thyme, curry, and Maggi spices. If I need salt, I will add salt to that, but this is a simple way that I'm going to be using my stuff. Yeah, we also need some iru, yeah, locust beans. Yeah, we need some of this, because without this the food is not complete. So let's get started on that. I forgot to mention that I also used 2 onions, and I put a little bit of garlic in my spinach stew because I like garlic like that. So now I have my locust beans. I've already rinsed that, and this is my egusi, which I soaked in some water, and my tilapia fish. This was just 2 fillet. I'm gonna chop up the spinach, and then let's check this. Okay, the water is nearly finished drying up, and the stockfish, I thought I cooked it. I'm just gonna cook some more so that to make it very soft, because we're gonna need it in that mixture over there. And then I also need my crayfish. So I only chopped up half of this. This is like 1 pound, so this is like half a pound. Okay, so our stockfish is ready, and I'm just going to drain off the water, and we'll start making the F4. So when I make my F4, I always use palm oil. Yeah, because that's how I do it. So I just eyeball it. I just kind of pour so that it covers up this, and once this has heated up, I can start adding in all my mixtures that I have over here, and also the spices that I have over there, and add them into this pot. While this is cooking or boiling, I'm going to start making the fish stew. And with the fish stew, I do use palm oil also. Normally when I make my stews, I use vegetable oil, but for the fish stew, I'm going to use palm oil. So just a little bit of palm oil, or some palm oil, and heat that up, and then we'll add our pepper mixture that has dried up. Add that in there, and then you just add your spices, and then add the fish in there. This is so simple. And then of course your spices, you need your spices. Yeah, when people do these meal prep videos, they make it seem so easy. It's a lot of work, and maybe that's why I've not wanted to do it in a while. So I'm just making sure that everything gets blended in there. I'm also gonna add Maggi to it. Let's take our Maggi. Save the stew as cooked. I add in my spinach to it, so just adding the spinach gently, and then we're just gonna mix this. So this is also known as a foriro. So but my four is with egusi still, with egusi in it. So just take it, and then all you have to just do is just mix it. Riro means mix. You're mixing something, so we're just gonna keep on mixing it until it has pretty much submerged in the stew. So just keep on mixing it. I'm gonna turn down the fire just a little bit. I'm just mixing it, and I'm gonna let this simmer and cook for a while. I like my vegetables to have a taste of freshness to it, so just keep on mix. So as you can see, my mixture is quite thick. So what I do is I add some of the liquid. I kind of saved a little bit of tomato liquid, so I'm gonna add that in here just to lighten this up, and then I'll cook this for a while. And once the oil comes above the tomato, I know it's ready, so I will then add in my fish. So now it's time to do the moi moi. I've already been soaking this for now 1.5 hours because I was doing some other stuff. So all you do now is I'm just gonna blend this with my onion and peppers. It has been blended. I just added my crayfish, and I'm going to add in some Maggi in there. Just adding your Maggi. You can put salt and whatever seasoning you want. I will also be adding in a little bit of curry. So just, these are the spices that I mainly put in my moi moi, and then a little bit of thyme. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of palm oil, and that's just because I do like the color that palm oil gives it. So some people don't, but I do like the color. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of palm oil, and then just get my spoon and mix. So I put my moi moi into these canisters. So I usually just take some vegetable oil because I don't want my moi moi to stick, and I just coat all these things with the vegetable oil. So now we're just gonna dish the moi moi mixture, 2 spoons each. So now that we've put that, the next thing is just to add in our fillings, and I'm just putting in some fish. This is the tilapia fish. Remember this fish? I'm just breaking it apart, and then I'm just going to be putting it inside the mixture. Last step is just to cover it with the aluminum foil so that we can steam it. So my moi moi is almost ready. I'm exhausted. I've been cooking for pretty much 3 hours. So even though I'm meal prepping for the week, I still do need to make the food for tonight. So we're gonna have rice and beans. So this is the beans. I've added some an onion, and I just put some water, and then we're just gonna pressure cook this just for about, I'll say about 15 minutes, because I will still want to cook the beans with the rice. But I just pressure cook it just to speed up the process of cooking the beans. So the moi moi is done. It's out of the moi moi cooking stuff there, and I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit. It's a little bit hot, but I just want to show you what it looks like right now. So let's open up just one of it. Try not to burn myself, and you can pretty much see this is what it looks like. So it looks like a cake. So I'm gonna let it cool down, and what I do is I just transport, once it has cooled down, I just transport everything into the fridge. So while my beans is cooking, I have all these dishes to wash, but oh my goodness, I rarely use my dishwasher. I use my dishwasher just to arrange dishes after I've washed them. But today I am going to run the dishwasher. I run my dishwasher once a week, so I'm gonna put as much stuff as I can into the dishwasher, and the rest of the things that I can put into the dishwasher, I'll wash it by hand and put it on the slab over there. So I've rinsed about 1 cup of rice. I'm gonna do another final rinse just to remove any more of the leftover until it's clear. So you can see the beans, you just taste it. The beans is just a little bit hard, not so hard, and the rice also is just a little bit hard, the right quantity. So I'm just gonna mix everything together now. So you can actually cook it together even more, but I just found out that my family actually likes it this way. So I'm just gonna cook it for about 5 minutes to just let everything marinate, and I'm not using high heat, I'm using low to medium heat so that everything marinates. The reason why I do it this way is because in the past I used to cook the beans with the rice when the rice is just freshly cooked, starting to cook, and I found out that it tastes funny. It just tastes funny. You can't get the nice taste of the beans, and everything just tastes weird. So this is how we started cooking it, and I think everybody just likes it. So I'm just gonna cook this for another 5 more minutes, and that is it. So after that, everything is done. We're done with our meal prep. I'm so happy. I am so happy, and now I can rest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this meal prep. This is my meal prep. I know the video was long. This is how I do it. And if you guys like this, please watch our other videos right over here, our other videos on meals and stuff, and don't forget to subscribe right over here. Okay, so we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.